Welcome on in. Hey, it's Off the Edge, the podcast with me, your host, Cam Jordan. And I say welcome on in because I'm excited. Not only it's like week one coming up, not only are we done with training camp, we're not looking behind, we're looking ahead. And talking about ahead, I've got a great guy to come talk football with me.
Mhm.
Not only football, a little pop culture, a little bit of everything. I've got nothing but an extreme respect for this man, this myth, this legend who's taken football to a whole nother meaning beyond the gridiron. From his playing days to being an analyst to being color commentary to hosting a TV show to hosting what extra for a little bit. I mean, I don't know what you haven't touched. Nate Burleson,
What's up, baby?
I'll just appreciate you spending some time. A former All-American at the University of Nevada.
What's up, baby?
I
appreciate that.
love doing these interviews, bro. I love doing these.
Thank you
joints.
for the love. Thank you for the intro. I feel the energy and the vibe. I appreciate you having me on. You know, I'm a big fan of you on and off the field, so it's only right I pull up.
No doubt. Look, hey, paraphernalia, it just feels extended family
That's a fact.
everywhere. I see you and I'm like, how's my Chandler Wolf doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Wifey, she went to Chandler High School. She's always representing Arizona. Everywhere she go, the running joke in the house is, I know, mom, Arizona does it better. She truly does feel that way.
Hey, it's true. Nobody
Does it
does it
better.
better. Absolutely. C-Town's finest. I mean, there's a few of us that got out and we hold us down,
Yeah,
and
y'all do.
everybody back home properly.
Yeah, y'all do. Y'all
Properly.
represent well. Before we get to anything, I have to say this, and I gotta say it on cam because I appreciate you for it. I reached out to you because my son switched positions from tight end to D end, and I was like, yo, I need some pointers. Man, he's trying to learn the position. And just like you do, always willing to help somebody, you reached back out right away. You gave some notes, some tips, some nuggets, and then you sent some clips. You were like, have him look at these clips and anything else you need, holla at me. I sent that right to him. So I just want to say I appreciate you. You know, in this brotherhood, there's people that
Yeah.
live by it and ride by it, and they really truly do act like brothers. So I appreciate you showing up for my family like it's your family.
No doubt. Hey, look, if I got access, if my son ever wants to be like a wide receiver, I
Man,
know
holla
exactly
at
who I'm
Uncle
coming
Nate.
to.
Holla at Uncle Nate.
That's what I'm saying. You, Marv Jones, Keenan Allen, if I need a quarterback,
Facts.
Jared Goff, I'm calling you. Like I'm using it. Like if we ain't worked this hard not to have the
You ain't
connection that we have.
lying.
Got to use it.
You ain't lying. Everybody else does. So I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm gonna set my ego aside. I'm gonna reach out to my brethren.
I mean, not that you need them with your resume. I mean, you probably played a little safety back in the day, a little
I played
corner.
corner. I mean, I was all-state cornerback and wide receiver, so I'm both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? That's why I was a knucklehead when I caught the ball and never wanted to go out of bounds because I kind of lightweight wanted to smoke. I wanted to hit until I got a little bit too old, and then hits started to slow me down. You remember when you were young and we were invincible? You remember that? Like, listen,
No, I still feel that way.
listen, I know you do, and I ain't trying. I'm not trying to say you old. I'm saying you're older. But the mindset, at least now, you're hyper aware of your body, and you know like what is going to keep you on the field and what can take you out. When we first got in the game, bro, it didn't matter what they threw my way. I'm like, I'm bouncing back. They're like, no, you're gonna be out 4 weeks. I'm like, I'll be back in 4 days. What are you talking about?
Right. No. See, with science as it is now, with the prehab that you do now, hey,
Yeah.
I've still only missed 2 games in my entire career.
That's crazy. You're an anomaly though. You're an outlier when it comes to the rest of us.
So if you played defense in high school, what made you turn towards just being a pure wide receiver, carving out an 11-year NFL career?
Yeah, listen, I didn't mind playing cornerback, but there was something about the position of wide receiver where I felt like I had more opportunities to be the hero. And at cornerback, you have more opportunities to be the villain because even if you make play after play after play, you give up that big one, people are on your neck. And for me, as a young kid, I was 15, 16, 17. I was thinking about staying out of the headlines for the wrong reasons and being the guy they praise for the right reasons. And I remember my senior year, we were a running school, so I had like 16 catches, but 7 of them went for touchdowns. So there were schools that were looking at me and they're like, "We feel like he's a good wide receiver. We just don't have enough on tape." Now we know he's a
Right.
good corner, solid height, almost 6'2". He hasn't been scored on all senior year. He can jump through the gym. So what are we going to recruit him as? So some teams came in there like, look, we'll recruit you as both, but we want you to play corner. And then Nevada out of all the teams that were recruiting me, they sat in my living room, and I remember the coach was like, "So how many catches you have this year?" This was my senior year. You know what I mean? I'm doing my final round of meeting with the coaches, and I'm like 16, something like that. He's like, "We'll get you that in one game, son." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Man, we were top 5 in passing this year, number 4 in passing last year. We throw the ball. I promise you, if you come to Nevada, we will get you 16 catches in a game." And I'm like, "Damn." So, sure enough, 3 years later, against San Jose State, I had 19 catches. They threw the ball to me 21 times. So they held their word because once they told me that, I said, "Oh, it's a wrap. Or why am I going anywhere else? I don't even know what it feels like to get the ball thrown at me that much. I need to be at Nevada."
Look, going from Seattle to Nevada,
Yeah,
big fella, you was 65 degrees year round,
man.
cloudy, overcast, luscious green everywhere.
Yep.
To Nevada, you
Yeah.
University of Nevada,
Yeah,
Reno,
yeah,
where
Reno,
you can't
where
breathe,
you can't
where you
breathe,
can't breathe.
where it gets super hot because it's desert, and then super cold because the mountains are nearby. It's not like Vegas where it's hot all the time. It's a little bit
Nah,
different. So I was getting used to that. Once that cold weather came around, I was like, "Oh boy, if I ever get the chance to make it in the league, I hope I don't go to a cold weather location." And then
ah,
Minnesota called.
and you said just like that. I'm going
I
third round.
let me
I
yeah, yeah,
appreciate you,
yeah. Let me go over to the Burleson Coat Factory and grab a few jackets. I'm on my way.
man. Man, hey, I don't know nothing about that. I don't want no partial cold. I don't even like my air conditioner hitting under 70.
That's wild.
I'm like, excuse you, who
Damn, that's
who,
wild.
who touched the thermostat?
Okay, but how do you so how do you get your mind right for those cold weather games? Because listen,
Oh,
personally, you don't want to live in cold weather, and people act like, "Oh, because you're a football player, you guys are impervious to the weather." No, no, no. Cold all the time. Cold weather games are terrible. I don't care if it looks like a classic NFL films episode. It's cold. So my question to you is, how did you prepare your mind for those cold weather games when you have to play outside?
honestly, I was blessed by Jesus as a chosen child of
Don't
the
don't say
Lord.
nothing crazy right now, Cam. Don't
Or
don't tell
it
me
took me to bro, it took me to year 12 to play
what?
in a snow game.
That's crazy.
I started playing at 13. I was 32 or 33
See,
by the time I played my first snow game.
you are the
And
chosen one.
because that's what I'm saying, bro. Because of that game alone, I picked up the family and I moved to Spain as soon as season was over. That game happened New Year's. That happened Christmas Eve. Whatever. What was that? 23 maybe. We played the trash the
Mm,
Cleveland Browns.
uh-huh.
And when I tell you frozen, negative like 38 with the windshield.
Bro.
I went from like just I played in a 40-degree game. I was like, dang, it's cold. It could snow today. And then it's like the sun comes out, the sky clears up. And I was like, like I've seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't get that in Cleveland. Cleveland, it
Mm,
was snowing when we landed. It
mm,
was snowing through.
mm.
And they're like, no, it's gonna warm up game day. I was like, okay, it's gonna warm up. Should be hopefully 30. I can do that. I've been in the cold tub before. I get in the cold tub once a year before the playoffs. That's the only time you'll see me in the cold tub with the D line because of the D line. Other than that, I walk into Cleveland, and when I tell you nothing prepared me for that day, like the wind ripped through whatever I was wearing, touched my soul. My soul looked at myself and said, "Are we really doing this dumb
Yeah.
stuff?" And I got angry. And I'm normally a happy, jovial menace. Like, I want to be a menace to society
Yeah.
by nature.
Yeah.
This took me to a whole nother place. This
Yeah.
was like dark.
It
I'm
makes you
I'm
mad.
I'm speaking like Morrow, so
Yeah, it
angry.
makes you mad.
We hit Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb's a great dude. I push off of him on the ground. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm yelling at Deshaun Watson. You said this was legendary. This is trash. You lied. And he's over here looking at me like, what are you talking about? We sent a text message probably the season before when we were
Yeah.
thinking about recruiting. I'm like, hey, bro, you might want to check it out here, you know what I'm saying, before you make your move. And he was like, yo, I got to do something legendary. And he got the fully guaranteed jump. And
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't legendary. You're a liar. I'm gunning for you. Like, hey,
It does
bro,
make you mad for real. Like it changes your whole personality, bro. Like, especially like, listen, you can let certain stuff slide on a regular weather day, like an extra shove, or somebody does something on a pile, or a play doesn't go
absolutely.
your way. It's almost like I'm playing football, I'm getting paid a ton of money. Whatever. I'll see you next play.
Right.
When it's cold, if somebody does something that annoys you, you're like, bro, I like we want to kill you right now. but I can't.
All the way. No, I'm going to get my get back. Next play, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm mushing guys off the ground like this stupid, like getting up, like, and I normally would like that person.
Yeah, no
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying?
So are you like me, or at least how I was? A lot of dudes, when we would get the schedule, like this is when like we would get it by paper in the locker room. I'm dating myself, but this is '03. And like the like hardcore, like lost in the season already football players, they was thinking about like specific matchups, and I'm gonna face this dude that I hate, and I can't wait to score here and all that. Me, receiver, I was like this. Oh, we got Miami in
Outside day.
December. Oh, we got Green Bay in September. Okay. Oh, we got LA. Like it was for me. All I was thinking about was weather. I didn't care about the defenses, the schemes, the coaches, the players. I went through the schedule, and I'm like, hot,
That's
hot,
crazy
warm,
being in
warm,
NFC
warm,
North.
cold, cold, kind of cold, back to warm. That's how I felt.
Yeah. That's crazy. You had Green Bay
Facts.
and
Oh,
Chicago twice
Chicago.
a
And
year.
you know Chicago nasty. And certain
No, I
weather.
don't. Don't. I catch them early.
You do.
I
You
always
catch
catch
them
them
early. That's
early.
what it is. You catch them early. That's true.
I mean, is there field trash? Yep.
Field is trash.
Field is trash.
But would you
And
rather
I
would
don't
you
get
rather
it.
have that or field turf?
I love turf. I'm on the fence side of I love turf because the most important thing for me is my get off.
Yeah.
And on grass, guess what flies first when you're really trying to get after
Yeah,
it?
yeah, your first
That
step.
that grass, that first step be
Yeah,
gone.
it's a divot.
You slip,
Like
fall,
you're
you look
golfing.
dumb. Like,
Yeah, I like turf too, but
bruh,
there's a lot, yeah, not practice on it, but a lot of guys, they don't feel that. Especially out here in New York. They feel like
no,
New
they
York
don't.
got the worst of the worst. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I came in when I had a little bit of turf. I had like straight up old school carpet turf at Metrodome
Yeah.
in Minnesota. We was running, it was a thin layer of carpet on top of hardcore
Oh,
concrete. And I'm not going now, it hurt when you hit the
oh,
ground, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Once you got up to full speed, you are burning and turning,
rolling.
rolling.
I want to see your best 11 versus my best 11, and turf gives you the best
That's
chance.
that's that's a
Grass,
fact.
fat people like grass. Offensive linemen love grass
Hey, you ain't
because
lying.
it slows
And
it slows it. Get up
they
off.
be
They're like, oh man, I love it.
anchored down in there, grabbing onto the outside of your shoulder pads.
No doubt. The bigger corners love
That's a
grass.
fact.
Like a big corner loves grass
100%.
because now they can use their big
Yep.
body and lean on
Yep.
you and everything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But hey, that cold weather is different. How much do you think? Like, I don't think Micah Parsons knows what he signed up for. Like, you go from Dallas, where you play the Giants, sure, you play the Commanders,
Hmm.
sure,
Hmm.
but you're not at Lambeau State. Like, now you are guaranteed 8 to 9 games
Yeah.
in Lambeau. 4 of those games, frozen tundra.
Yeah. People were hitting me up like, what do you think about the Parsons deal? What do you think about
Right.
Jerry Jones letting them go? What do you think about the new contract? What do you think about the
Yeah.
taxes going from Texas to Wisconsin? I'm like, bro, that's all fine and dandy. That's none of my business. I'm not pocket watching. I'm thinking about the weather. I'm thinking about him
Right.
being outside of that dome and being outside in the elements in Green Bay. And listen, the first couple months, you good. Even like
Right.
even like late October, early November, you'll get away with some chilly games, but really it's just like, all right, this is chilly game football. But when you get
Right.
into December, Green Bay, bro, like it's different. I remember one of my first playoff games there. Snow's coming down. We walk into the locker room. Randy Moss is sitting there, and I'm young, so I'm just watching everything he do. So he put on extra pair of socks. I'm putting on extra pair of socks. He put on long sleeve. I put on long sleeve. If he got the thicker gloves, I'm wearing the thicker gloves. So I just do what he does, and then I'm listening to everybody what they're doing. And most of the guys were getting up and getting. We was drinking straight chicken broth, like hot, steaming. You can see the steam of
Yeah.
it. We was trying to warm our souls up, not our body, but warm our
That's
souls up. And I remember,
inner than
yeah,
outer.
yeah. I remember going out there with my shirt off because I'm like, yeah, it's up, man. It's lit. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. And then I went right in because I was like, I'm not built for this. Who am I trying to fool? Let me go put my clothes on. And then I got in there, and this is what was funny. This is when I realized how different we really are in like the backgrounds we came from. Because a lot of guys were like, all right, hey, just extra pair of socks and get the spandex, you straight. And then it'd be like another corner of people would be like, nah, man, I'm telling you, get the Vaseline, rub that all over your body, and that right there is going to keep in the pores. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to him. And this one I knew some folks was just country. One dude was like, hey, my granddaddy said if we use this cayenne pepper that I got, this powder, that we could put it in our shoes, and that way when we start to sweat, it'll open up the pores, and the heat from the cayenne powder would heat up your body. I said, man, this first of all, that is a remedy from voodoo land. I'm not
No doubt.
messing with that. I don't know if
I
that's
don't want
gonna.
no
I don't
part.
want no part of that. But everybody, they put the nurse's gloves under your real gloves, and I'm just sitting there like, as a guy who really didn't play in too many cold games coming up, I'm like, yo, it can't be that cold. We went out there.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, Seattle cold, fam.
No, no doubt,
Seattle.
no doubt.
Hey, that wind to come off the little lake or whatever.
Oh
Plus,
no, that's a fact.
oh,
It get chilly. It get
right,
chilly.
chilly,
It
chilly,
get
but
chilly.
it don't get
It
frozen.
don't get frozen. You know what I'm saying? It don't get frozen. I remember playing shoot. I was in Detroit, in Philly. This is when Shady was there, and
Hmm.
snow was coming down crazy. It's one of the craziest snow games in recent history. And Calvin's doing this thing. I get a couple of catches. We sliding, got like snow all in our face. Everybody moving slow. I'm talking about slow motion, bro. But it's like it's all
How is
even.
that good
That's what
football?
I'm saying. It was slow motion, just kind of just sloppy ball. But
Right.
everybody's on the same page. We went into halftime. LaShawn McCoy comes out. I think he rushed for like a second half record against us. He was hooking us, bro. Like, and then I was so confused because he was cutting. Everybody's still sliding. He doing the same moves he doing on turf. Right. He dicing us up. He had to go for
Ball
like
all the way out here.
get crazy, bro. Yeah, he holding it way out here. Got dudes falling, and he on his feet, not even sliding. So they end up winning. He breaks some type of record on us in the second half. And years later, I ran into him, and we out drinking. This is what I love about our brotherhood. Like, asking him see somebody they either play with or against and have a drunk conversation about like a football moment that really is so inside that whoever's listening don't even understand. So we like out. It might have been like a bar or club, and I'm like, yo, bro, hey, I gotta ask you, bro. When we played John Philly, he's like, yeah, I remember that game. Yeah. I'm like, when you went in at halftime, did you change to some illegal cleats? He tried to act like he didn't hear me. He like, huh? Wait, I can't, the music. I'm like, nah, you hear me, bro. Talk to me. Did you change it? He said, man, I went in and I put some of them long spikes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. When I was watching, I'm like, yo, he had to put in the mountain climber joints, the air yodel he hoos, because there ain't no way he was moving like that in regular cleats. There's no way.
Let's see. That's what I'm saying. I was inspired, but I couldn't feel the tips of my fingers for 3 days after that game, and I moved to
That
Spain.
boy relocated. It was so cold. I'm
I
out.
don't, I don't, I don't want to be in America anymore.
I'm out.
What, babe? Do you want to homeschool the kids? I don't want to be here.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm leaving.
yeah,
Are you coming?
yeah. And I know we were talking about this off camera, but I have to say it on cam. I'm in Madrid enjoying myself. I got a nice little couples trip. Me and my wife, we in Madrid, gonna bounce to Ibiza or Ibiza, and then we're gonna go to Mallorca. So we are in Madrid vibing. I'm going to the Louis store. It's my birthday week. Let me go and buy something nice. So this gentleman, he comes up to me and he's looking at me, sizing me up. And for some reason, he comes to the conclusion that I do something in and around the NFL. I don't even know if he thinks I played. And then all of a sudden, he starts telling me, he was like, look, I don't talk about clients. It's not really our thing. It's not policy. We don't do that around here. I just feel like you might know somebody I know. And I'm like, who? He was like, before he can get out the last thing, he said, Cam, I said, stop right there. So you ain't got to finish the sentence. Listen, I am an acquaintance of Cam Newton. I don't know him, so he's not Cam to me. You're
Yeah.
Cam because I've known you the longest. You like a brother. So when I hear Cam, I think of you. Your face pops up. Now, depending on how I envision you in the moment, it's a different configuration of hairstyles, but still your face pops up. And I'm like,
Right.
there's no way you talking about Cam. Cam Jordan. And he's like, and there's a little bit of a language barrier. So now I'm stuck trying to describe you. I'm like, Paul,
Grande
grande,
oso
muy
negro.
grande. Muy grande negro. Yeah, yeah. Americano football. Yeah, yeah. Mucho dinero. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, see. And then he showed me a picture. No, I'll pull up a picture, I think. And then that's when I call
Yeah.
you and you pick up a phone in the locker room. And I'm like, listen, only Cam in San Diego can can be a guy that is brought up while I'm on vacation on the other side of the world. Amazing.
I love to travel.
You do. You do.
We lived there for a month, which maybe coincided with the wife's birthday. Her birthday, we left Madrid and we were to Ibiza as well.
Yeah.
Had to go check it out for the
It was
birthday.
a
We
vibe.
hit the
It was a
San
vibe.
Sebastian
It
area,
was a vibe.
Sevilla.
Ooh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, we had to go see. We had to go see the
Nah,
world.
it's a fact.
I had to go warm my
Yeah,
soul.
nah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
All right. So, what do you think? Successful year. You looking at
Yeah.
football, being a part of so many different franchises. Coming into, you had to deal with the quarterback situation where you come in and you don't really know what you got
Yep.
going.
Yep.
But you have a lot of hope and potential. What do you think would look like be a successful season for the Saints? I mean, of course, I'm going to say win a Super Bowl,
Right.
right? But to be 4 years out of playoffs, you have to earn a playoff spot. So, Spencer Rattler, we saw a little
Yep.
bit of last
Yep.
year with the unhealthy offensive line. Put on your analyst hat and think about what a successful season would look like for healthy Spencer Rattler, healthy offensive line, Chris
Yep.
Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Alvin Kamara, Jawan Johnson, Foster
Yep.
Moreau, Taysom Hill. The offense is not short of
Yeah.
stars.
But health was also a big reason why,
I
yeah,
said, oh,
and you did. You called it. So I wanted to address that first because it's not like I'm giving y'all a pass, but I do understand health plays a big role in the level of consistency. Because once you start, moving guys in and out the lineup, then that chemistry that you built up in the offseason, it really just falls apart. Now, you said what you're supposed to say. Yo, I'll say Super Bowl. Now I'm gonna keep it real because you would keep it real with me if I was talking when I was with the Detroit Lions and I first joined them. Not the later Detroit Lions, but you'd be like, Nate, I know you say you're going to win a Super Bowl, but like you said, you have to earn the right to even mention that because you know what it's like to be on good teams and great teams. And right now, the only good thing about the Saints, not the only good thing, I would say the good thing about the Saints is that people aren't checking for y'all. They're not giving y'all
right,
credit. They're not even mentioning y'all. So understanding like there's a huge upside in just catching people off guard, not having a target at all on our back, and getting a leg up on maybe even the division, so you can put yourself in a position to make it playoffs. I think success for the Saints is legitimately winning the division and then making it not necessarily making a playoff run, but just proving that you guys can be big dogs again within your own division. Because before you can be a threat to the rest of the league and have playoff hopes, you have to knock down the teams in your division. Same thing with the Lions. Think about it. It seemed like every other year, it's the year. They're pretty good. But everybody was like, what are you talking about? This is the year. Y'all can't even handle Green Bay. Y'all can't even handle the Vikings. Y'all still struggling with the Bears. And I think the Lions realize that. They're like, yeah, you're right. All right, let's go be kings of the North. And now here they are, kings of the North with a huge target on their back. So I think it's the same thing with the Saints. And Spencer, the one thing I know about him, and I know he has addressed this time and time again, he had a lot of hype coming out of high school into college. So the magnifying glass was on him from jump. So it's almost like you can't fail forward when you're hyped up that much. Like you only can fail backwards. Like people are gonna be like, see, I told you. He's not as good as we thought.
right,
You know what? Let's compare him to everybody else. No, let Spencer develop. A lot of young quarterbacks, a lot of our greats struggled early on in their career, whether it was health, the team they were on, or the offensive game plan. I just feel like with him, because he is nimble, he can move in the pocket. If they can get him comfortable with incorporating his agility in the pocket, ability to sustain plays and keep him going with his legs, and then also hit those shots downfield, that's where the big plays come in. I look at Patrick Mahomes and I bring him up every time because he's a prime example. Once he starts extending plays as a wide receiver, I am thrilled. Listen, it's hard for you to stop me running one route, let alone me looking in the
right.
backfield and seeing my dude taking off. Now you got to stop me running two routes. And if we're all on the same page, the near receiver comes close to the quarterback. The opposite receiver comes screaming across. And then if you're deep, you can hit the corner. Like the Chiefs have that figured out. Like the receivers know exactly where to go in the configuration once they get in the scramble drill, and then Travis Kelsey
Right.
just sits in the pocket like, "Hey, baby, you know where I'm at. Throw it to me." So I just feel like once Spencer gets on the same page with wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs, once he escapes the pocket, because it's inevitable, it's going to happen every game. Once you have a plan for that, then you can really gash teams with the untimed plays.
Mm. Enter the chat, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson.
Hey, facts.
Little Seattle, little 2014 Seattle
100%.
Seahawk match.
100%.
I'm not against that one. Look, I'm excited for the potential.
Yeah.
And like I've always said, I was like, hey, we got a lot of potential. It's gonna be up to us to capture that
Yeah.
potential. Because if we can do that, then we can show the world a lot of
Yeah, that's a
things.
fact.
But if we don't capture that, then we'll just be talking about, man, we coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda,
Yeah, we
shoulda,
could.
shoulda,
We had
woulda.
a shot, man. You know, the division wasn't that strong this year. We could have. Man, you've been in this long enough where it's like that coulda, woulda, shoulda is for the birds, especially when
For the
you have the
birds.
talent. Now, listen, we've woken up on the start of training camp or the end of training camp, and week one is here, and we've been on a team and we're like,
You looked around.
as much as I want to say we're going to be this, we not that. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
I had one or two of those out of my 11-year career. But when you have a team that's talented and you're like literally looking at the roster, you're like, bruh, we got some dogs on offense and defense. So yeah, along with us showing up, staying healthy and being consistent, if the coaches put us in the best position to be successful, and let's not forget, bruh, it's also on the coaches. I- Listen,
Right.
removing myself from the game, what I have learned is I'm not the one to point the blame on players or coaches, but I can honestly say when I don't have a dog in the fight, you can look at games each week and I can tell by the middle of the game who's being outcoached. So like listen, there's a lot of people that take blame, and people want to blame the players because fantasy football, and they know players'
Oof.
names, and they're following us like we're movie stars. But the reality is, it's not just on the players; it's how you drop the X's and O's, and how you come out of halftime with your adjustments. So yeah, yeah, hoping the players will
Man.
be good, but also I'm talking to the same staff too. It's on y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll say it is definitely a thing, when you go to a halftime and you sometimes don't get a proper adjustment, like you see the offense
Yeah,
adjust, like, oh, they was running these inside
fact.
zones, and now they're running these little tugs, these little whams. They got little inside pulling guards just clearing up their spot, and we didn't adjust
Yeah,
for
we
that.
didn't adjust for that. And listen, you've
And,
been in the game long enough. You're smart enough to know, like, we should be talking about this. Like, it's almost like you're
no,
waiting for it. You walk in halftime, you take your breath, coaches got to do their thing and all that. And you're just like,
right.
we got
They're gonna highlight the one play, like, hey, yeah, they only ran this once, so we're not really gonna worry about this one. And then their second half, they come back to this little wham block, little pulling guard that comes up to the second level, and they start hitting it.
fact,
And 2 plays later, it's the same
facts,
play, just reverse.
facts,
And you're like, God,
facts,
we should have had this dialed
facts.
up. We're
But I
bleeding.
will say this, and like I said, it's not to continue to put the pressure on coaches, but they also got $1 million roster too. These coaching staffs. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like everybody
Absolutely.
want to talk about how much these players, and this is across the board. I'm not even talking about the Saints in general. These
Yeah.
coaches are making out like fat rats, and rightfully so. I want everybody to get money. I want players, coaches. I want the fitness room. I want everybody to get money from the NFL. It's a multi-billion-dollar machine. Squeeze every last red cent as you can out of it. But
No
with
doubt.
that said, man, these coaches are getting paid, so they also got to step their game up across the board.
I'll say, look, it starts with position coaches. That's
Mhm.
your base
That's a
foundation.
fact.
You can have a phenomenal head coach and have a terrible position coach that is putting things together. And you're like, man, why didn't he have success when he was here, but he had success over there? The cabinet.
Like
Who did
facts,
you have around you?
facts, facts.
Since we've been kids, we've always been told, hey, you show me your friends, I'll tell you what you could
You
be.
are the company you
You
keep.
show
Right?
you show hey, you if you're the head coach, show me your coaching staff, and I can tell
Facts.
you where you should have gone go.
100%. 100%.
But anyway, I appreciate you turning on your analyst hat. Speaking of being an analyst, like how long did it take you to get comfortable in that space, confident in how you handle CBS mornings,
Yeah.
how you handle the game days?
Yeah.
I don't know what you haven't touched.
It was a little bit easier catching my rhythm working for the NFL Network when I first retired. For a couple of reasons. One, I quickly realized who I wasn't. Like at that time, we had Deion Sanders there, Michael Irvin, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner. We had a whole host of individuals, and great hosts in general. And I remember trying to be like Michael Irvin. I'm coming in with the Bradley Boys. We gotta come. We're gonna win it. We gotta do it. This is what we do. We do it like we doing it. I'm doing, and I'm like, damn, that's not me. Next week I come in, I'm trying to be like Prime. I got the fresh suit on. I'm talking slick, rhyming my words. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that's not really me either. And then I'm like, all right,
Oh,
I see Marshall Falk. Let me try to pontificate my point and articulate and talk about the cross section between the intercollaborations of the Nope, that's not me either. I'm like, I am this like kid that was born in 81, a little self-deprecating, but also feel like I got all the swagger in the world. I'm very confident, but at the same time, a little goofy. I grew up on movie music, pop culture, animation. I mean, look at the shirt I'm wearing. Come on. Like, I'm that guy. So like be that guy. When it's time for you to be serious, lock in. When it's time for you to take the stage, shine. When it's time for you to control the room, you control it. When it's time for you to tell a story, be the best at it. When it's time for you to be funny or self-deprecating, be all those things. You don't have to be one thing that you see on TV and guys that you look up to. Be one of those things. I mean, be all those things that you are. So I once I realized who I wasn't, that's when it started to take shape. And I felt really comfortable just talking about the game. And I feel like I can do that with the best of them. Whether people want to be entertained or educated, I can do both or I can do a blend. Now, when it comes to CBS Mornings, like that was a little bit more difficult, even though I felt like I was prepared and I positioned myself to have everybody in this CBS ecosystem like recognize that I'm more than just a player. Like he can talk about
right.
the financial market, he can talk about societal issues, he can talk politics, he can sit down with your favorite athlete or your favorite president. He can do everything. Even though I feel confident in all of those aspects of who I am as a media talent, it took a while for me to be comfortable in that seat. And that's like what I'm wearing, how I talk, how I wear my hair, all the little like accessories. When I first got on CBS Mornings, I was very muted in so many ways, not just physical. I just think
Mm,
audibly, I just was like hesitant. And I remember producer was like, look, we need you to talk more. And I'm like, yeah, but Gail, and Tony, they're like, look, I didn't get it. You're trying to be polite and you don't want to jump in. Sometimes you feel like it's a traffic jam. We hired you to talk. Your perspective on things is unique. People identify with how you talk about things. We need you to speak more on the show. And I'm like, all right, cool. That was one like light bulb that went off. And then I remember like wearing all these like dark patterns because I didn't want to like shake things up too much. And I was wearing
it's CBS.
yeah,
You're trying to be
yeah. I
professional.
was trying to wear
Yeah.
browns and blacks and navies. And then one day I was like, I just had a suit from my Sunday show that I brought into studio because I was gonna wear for something else. I was like, you know what, let me just wear this on the set. And I wore it. I walked in, and like, no joke, Gail and everybody was like, "About time. We've been waiting on you to like. Where's this been?" I'm like,
Mm,
y'all was waiting on me to." They like, "Yeah, we see you on Sundays. We see you on red carpets. We see you fly, and you want to come here and give us the
mm.
JV suits?" And I'm like, "All right, I bet." So then
Oh,
from there, those two things. Man, that next week I walked in and it was like I was my most comfortable version of myself. But yeah, news is different because you have to be so prepared. Like I have to be over prepared every day just to only maybe get 30 seconds of talk time.
30
And most of
seconds.
the time, I don't even have time to talk about something I studied all night for. But I'd rather over prepare
Absolutely.
and not have time to talk than not prepare and go blank for 30 seconds. Like that's my worst fear is like them coming and be like, Nate, what you think about
Um,
the tariffs? What do
um,
you think about the Trump administration? What do you think about, the Barack administration? What do you think about what's going on with the societal issues and the fractures in like I'd rather have something to say and not say it or not use it than like just be stuck, deer in
absolutely.
the headlights.
Be stuck and just, you know what? I think a lot of things, many different things.
At the end of the day, if hey, listen, if you ever hear me start a sentence at the end of the day, be like,
Ah,
man, Nate,
they got
yeah,
you. They got
got him. He must have been out late. Got his ass.
him. Touche. Touche. Um, I'm gonna tune in for that one. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
he was ready,
yeah,
but he might. Okay, he took
yeah.
me by surprise. Aha. Oh, also, we are working together this season
Yeah, I'm
on
excited about that.
Nickelodeon Slimetime. Well, hey, when I tell you I'm bringing the most, rambunctious kids. Some of these kids was wild.
That's what I
And then
heard. That's what I
yeah,
heard.
some of these kids was wild. Hey, we got a lot out of them. Just know we working,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna bring the best out of these kids. Some of these kids, they would look at me just like you said, like deers in the headlight. They're like, I had draw energy. Don't worry about it. I brought enough juice for everybody. Like,
Everybody. That's a
hey,
fact.
I brought the corniest version of me I could. And I said, you know what? Oh, you want slime? How much slime do you need from
That's
me?
what I'm
I'm
talking
going
about.
all the
That's what
way in.
Nickelodeon
Yeah,
is. You know what I mean? Listen, every
absolutely.
Tuesday, I go up there and we shoot Slimetime. And bro, like, I go from like heavy topics of news, take my suit off, put on something cool and casual. And when I walk in that studio, I literally like I open the door to like 12-year-old Nate Burleson. I'm like, yo, little Nate, go ahead, you got it. And then like the
Mm,
grown man, the adult me will take a break. And I'm just in there
yeah.
just living up this childhood dream of being on Nickelodeon. Like that's how I approach it every day. So you bringing the right type of energy, bro.
Oh yeah. I look. When I said Nickelodeon, I said, all right, what would I look like as a kid listening to an analyst?
Facts.
Him.
Facts.
Him.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest. Hey, this is your biggest host. I said, what?
Yeah.
I brought out the cheesiest version of me.
Love it.
I'm so
I
excited
love it,
for
bro. I
everybody to get
can't
a good
wait. I
laugh.
can't wait. You're gonna add so
Yeah.
much to the show, man. It's gonna be dope.
Ah, super excited about that one. I mean, come on, it's slime
It's
time.
slime time, man.
I
Come on.
Hey,
Bro, like listen.
eventually I know it's gonna be my turn to get slimed, but like
Yeah.
right now, I'm enjoying sliming
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. Listen, first of all, I'm gonna make sure that happens because you need to be slime. So I'll let you know. I'll give you a heads up so you can have your hair out. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what though, like having people recognize me for football was something that like really spoke to like my ego when I played. I loved it. You know what I mean? I was a receiver. Like I love people being like, "Yo, you man, I'm telling you, back when you was playing with the Vikings, like just the other day, I was at the U.S. Open and somebody walked past me. Was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, you helped me win my fantasy league year two. You put up 1,000 yards next to Randy." Like that used to make me feel real good. It still does. Like I show people love, take pictures and all that. But like now, there's this like there's demographic of people that see me and they're like, "Yo, love what you're doing on CBS Mornings," and I think that's dope. It's usually grown people, and there's also like some cougars. You know, I got a demographic. Like the cougars love me. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
55 to like
Hey,
75.
you look so young,
Look,
like you're still playing.
baby, it looks, oh yeah, even more handsome in public. Oh, they be giving me the extra extended hug, and then they pull out the Werthers and give it to me on the way out. Like the Cougars love me. So look now, like that warms my heart because that means I successfully made a transition, and people can identify me as something other than an athlete. But another element with what you're talking about, as far as Nickelodeon, which is super dope, and I never anticipated, is when like a 9-year-old boy will come up to me, and he's just staring at me, and then his father's like, "Oh, sorry, man. He's shook right now. Like he watches Slime Time every week, and he's been staring at you since you walked in." And then I'm like, "What?" And like kids, and it made me think like, what would I have done if I saw like Mark Summers from Double Dare or something in public? Like I probably would have flipped out and been like, "Yo, that's the dude that does Double Dare." Like so,
That's the
yeah. So like I feel like, man, this is we have a opportunity to like create this bridge between the young generation and football fans, and Nickelodeon has created the perfect vehicle for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited because it might be, my youngest daughter. She's like, Dad, I'm going to slime you one day. I say, hey, you have a goal, baby. If I'm your goal, we'll
Facts.
make sure you get it.
Yeah,
Like
we'll get
we'll
it
make
done.
sure you get
We'll
it.
get it done.
My little 4-year-old, like that's fine. If that's what your goal is, to slime daddy, I'll
Let's
make sure
do
it
it.
happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I like I said, I appreciate you. I got one last segment for
Yeah.
you. I'm going to ask you three
All right.
questions. You tell me whether onside or offside. Onside means you're for it.
Okay.
It's true. Offside means you're against it,
Okay.
like it's
All right.
false. The Chiefs will make it to the Super Bowl again because Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift got engaged.
Hmm. I'm gonna say offside, just because. Listen, this was a few years ago, yeah, but the AFC is loaded, man. I mean, you got the Ravens, you got the Bills, you got the Bengals. Like, I just feel like there's too many squads, even with this very fairy tale storyline. There's other squads that's like, we don't give a bleep about your engagement. She got a ring. I'm trying to get my ring. So I feel like that's offsides.
Mm. There's real lion's blood in your lion's blood orange vodka.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually from the creators of Sex Panther. They say 60% of the time it works.
It
Every
works
time.
every time.
Every time. That's offsides. I wish though. That would be kind of
You're
wild.
right.
But you know what? Maybe I should create a cologne with a little bit of lion blood in it. You know, the
Lion's
pheromones
blood
might have
spritz.
him out there roaring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, synthetic lion's blood because
Synthetic, synthetic, synthetic. Yeah. Yeah.
they'll
Good catch.
hunt us
Hey,
down
good
for
catch. Good catch,
anything.
my brother.
Indeed. After this NFL season ends, you'll bring back your season recap rap song. Done it twice. 2015,
Onside,
2017.
let's do it. Onside. You know what? I'm gonna bring it back. I have to. I've been thinking about it. You know what I mean? I'm getting that itch, and the storylines are better than ever. Yeah. I'm bringing it back, man. The NFL rap recap is back.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Nate.
Come on,
Thanks
all
for the
day.
listening, for tuning in. Thanks to the listeners and the viewers. I appreciate everybody. You can find the podcast in the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcast and watch it on NFL YouTube channel. Just remember, Nate Burleson, all-world analyst, all-world commentary, all-American in college, U of N. Man was a monster. A monster from Minnesota, for Seattle, Detroit. And, you know, just a legend
I appreciate
all
you,
around.
my brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Indeed. Peace.